Today's sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action. Bridgewater. And incomplete to open things up. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Deshaun Hand coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing is Bridgewater. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You definitely would like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you look.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 2nd and a couple, Bridgewater. And he checks this one down to Williams.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Complete to Hilton. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On first down, it's Herbert. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. Throwing on second and long. Herbert. And this is Cook with the grab. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's complete to Cook. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0.
Chargers 14, Broncos nothing. Albrecht Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Play fake. Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Third and long for Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. These two teams, they met in L.A. earlier in the year with the Chargers coming out victorious. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the catch made by Hilton. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away? You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
A gain of 7. And the Chargers 1st down.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Eckler. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah,
and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That's caught inside the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A huge play there for Denver. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Bridgewater now. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Brown with his stick skills. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Chargers 7-yard line.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And 6 yards to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Bridgewater. They'll fire one downfield for Fayette, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as good running gets them to about the 44. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Herbert on first down now. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Charger drive about to get going. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now it's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Again, Herbert. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2nd and 2. Once more, here's Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Flushed out right, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Broncos 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the field, ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11.
It got his man complete. And all the way. A huge play there for Denver. But look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack. Yeah,
I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Second and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Bridgewater. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerry Judy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 109 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Eckler. Now room for Eckler as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Complete to Hilton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Line of scrimmage, the 9, second and about a yard. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This will be, 38 yards out. Rosa's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Bridgewater's throw taken in by Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Bridgewater will try and throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Broncos 22. Brandon McManus to kick off 4th and 10.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Touchdown! Well, CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump, and he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone. They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. KJ Hamler returning it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Desperation time. 4th down, Bridgewater. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.